167 days ago, came on this show with Russell Wilson. By the way, Russell had a great game yesterday, almost a perfect game. And apropos to be here with Claire and back on CNBC with a great report, we pledged 10 million meals on March 31, and I'm pleased to report we're just getting started, but we've outperformed. We're almost at 50, right? A shade before 50. Hopefully by the time this broadcast is over, we hit that number. But I would just say, Joe, as I said on March 31, this is really a call out to everybody watching the show. We have a lot of CEOs, a lot of founders, a lot of entrepreneurs that watch every morning. We have to use our resources as companies to do good. There's over 50 million Americans that are food insecure that don't know where lunch or dinner is today. And I just think that it's imperative that companies like Wheels Up, and again, my inspiration, Russell Sierra, Tom Giselle, JJ, our ambassadors, really showed us the light. And the orange plane today that we're taking delivery on from Textron, Ron Draper and Scott Donnelly, amazing support. By the way, they're 500,000 meals on top of helping us design the plane and do delivery. So with that, again, my quarterback, 167 days later, is Claire Babineau. She's been a great partner, a real inspiration, and Claire should be the star of this segment.
Yeah, and Claire, that's what I wanted to ask you, because, you know, Kenny's not your average marketer or sales. I mean, I don't know how well you know him. So I figure if he says 10 million, you know, he's going to do 50. But I think a boring CEO could do 10. I mean, and you don't need every single person to overdo it by a factor of 5. Why can't you get everyone on board, even the ones that aren't any good at marketing and raising money?
Well, part of the answer is this show right now and you having that call out there. As Kenny said, he's been a wonderful ambassador for our work, along with a bunch of other people, some of which he's already mentioned, and there are too many for me to mention in the time that we have on the show. Together, we've really been able to inch toward progress, but there's a lot of work left to be done. As he said, we're looking at around 50 million people in this country who know where they're going to get their next meal for themselves, for their kids. I'm particularly concerned about what's going on with children right now. We're looking at somewhere around 20 million in the country who will be food insecure as a result of this pandemic, along with food insecurity that existed even before it started. So we definitely need help. Your audience is the audience that can really help us. Factor 5, factor 10, factor 20. Come on, guys. They're competitive out there, aren't they? Let's compete on this. This is something really good.
Kenny, you can hear. I don't know whether you can hear Claire's audio breaking up a little bit. I was able to hear almost everything Claire said. But Kenny, do you know the facts for that Claire was also going to talk about in terms of how much worse food insecurity in America has gotten in the past? I mean, in 2020, the numbers are staggering, and there's people that never had to do this before. 4 out of 10 are new to this whole process of not having enough to eat.
The pandemic has clearly affected minorities, people of color, and new people in this crisis in a way that we never could have predicted. And again, it gives us even more energy to get behind this. 4 in 10 people visiting food banks here are new visitors, which is not a good stat. Number 2 is, I didn't realize this as I was getting ready for this interview. Claire explained to me that because restaurants and the hospitality business are getting hit the way they're getting hit, there are many, many people in this country that work in a restaurant or a fast food place just to get their meal done for the day and for their potential bringing it home for their family at a discount. So with restaurants and hospitality getting hit, there's a lot more people out there that need to get fed. And many, many restaurants are lifelines for feeding America and how they get their supply, and that's gone away. You know, one big thing that Claire explained to me that I think we have plenty of people watching the show today that can help. There's a lot of food that is donated to Feeding America or available that can't get to the 200 plus food banks that they support. So that said, is there are logistics folks here watching the broadcast that they don't just need meals and food from suppliers. We need technology and logistics to help us. Jeff Bezos, I know you wrote a big check, 1 billion meals. I know Russell helped inspire that, but we need the folks that are experts at getting things from A to B to C to jump in here as well and reach out and call Claire.